This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live tonight with some awesome news and some awesome truth. That's right, fans. I'm talking about a celebration because my brother in comics and in video games, Bryanspaceboy 227, has just surpassed 100 subscribers. Man, I can't be any happier for this guy. Let me tell you a little bit about Bryanspaceboy before we check the chat, man. He's actually been around a long time in the YouTube land. He used to watch some videos back in the day. Some classic cats, some old school G1 comic book collectors. You may have heard of these people. This guy was lurking in the shadows, Bryanspaceboy Jordan. Getting into collecting comics. Actually, probably been collecting a long time. He was watching the likes of Captain Strangelove. You know what I'm saying? He used to watch some Hippies Collectibles, Howler Mouse, you know, all the greats, and even the Great Legend himself. That's right here. Right here tonight, live, youtube.com/r.e95, as we celebrate the life, as we celebrate the YouTube career of Bryanspaceboy 227. Now, a lot of you out there may have known this guy as Bryanspaceboy Jordan 227, but I think the name was long, so he decided to cut a little bit off the top, trim the fat, if you will, and the man is now known simply as Bryanspaceboy 227. 3 numbers at the end, 227. It's easy to remember. 3 numbers, 2 of them are the same number, 2 of them are number 2, and then number 7, because, you know, that's the good luck number. It's John Elway's number. 227, also the number of that classic sitcom, 227, with starring Lester. You know, Lester and that other girl who was on Sesame Street. I ain't talking about Maria. It's that other lady. I don't remember her name. And Jackie! Jackie! Remember Jackie? Hell yeah, you do. 227, player. Oh, I love that show. Now, let's see what else I love on a Monday night on the Great Legends show as we celebrate Bryanspaceboy 227. And we're going to check the chat. First off in the chat, we got Popcom. What up? It's Mike. Popcom is here. I watched a little Popcom. Maybe it was yesterday. Because, man, I ain't watched a lot of videos lately. And I felt bad the other night. I called him JoJo. That's Pop.comics or something like that. JoJo. We got Jam Freak Show. What's up, dude? Love your vids. All right. All right. I ain't ever heard of you. I don't even know if you subscribe. Jam, I don't think you a subscriber, player. Sometimes some people just see live shows and they hop on. But Jam Freak Show, if you love my vids, you need to become a subscriber. If you love me a lot, you need to become donator. 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 We got Mr. Gretzky donate. Keeping it real, donate. Got a lot of donate. Got some subs over here. Subs. Got some new subs. So, yeah, that's what it's all about. But it's not about those subs of mine or these donations and all this hoopla you see. It's none other than we celebrating Bryanspaceboy 227. We're going to go ahead and leave the chat up because I want to give some more shout-outs. We got Maverick effing Freelance in the house. He got swords up. SS the Best Comic Reader is here. It's my name. We share the same first name. Robert, is good to see you here. SS Comic Reader. Mr. Gretzky 9966. One of the best. I talked to Gretzky and I talked to Bryanspaceboy probably every couple of days on the old Facebook Messenger. It's always great to talk to both of them guys. And we also have, that's all we have. But it's good to see everybody tonight here on the Great Legends Show. Now, I know a lot of you, I told a lot of you, I did so many video game videos over the weekend. I wasn't going to do a video, but I knew I had to get this one out for my good friend Brian because, like I said, 100 subs isn't easy. It's pretty damn tough. I mean, that first 100, it feels like you're working at it. And man, it's a great feeling to get 100 subs done. And now he's going to be on to his next 200. And if you're a subscriber of the Great Legend Show and you love like comic book, pop culture, collectibles, anything like that, you need to check out Bryanspaceboy. He has a lot of knowledge, tons of untapped knowledge that he's here on YouTube comic book community to bring to everybody. Loves himself X-Men, loves Fantastic Four, loves Zombie Tramp, Dollface, all the Zombie Tramp related kind of books. Loves the indies, loves the Marvel, loves the DC. He loves it all, man. Loves it all, and it's so good to see Bryanspaceboy 227 get that 100 subs. Now, tonight, Gretzky says no $5 shipping. That's right. Jason Smith ain't live with us right now. If he knew better, he would watch the Great Legend Show live. I don't know those other live shows he's watching, but he needs to watch the Great Legend. You know, a lot of times in the YouTube comic book community, there's these big ensemble live show kind of cast. I've been a member of about 3 or 4 of those. You know, Dark Avenging Plus, Comic Podcast, Comic Book Roundtable, and Blaster Stash It. I've been a member of tons of these things, and they're a lot of fun. But the Legend is the best when he's running solo, and that's how Bryanspaceboy does it. Bryanspaceboy, he does a lot of solo live shows. They ain't as long as the Legend because Legend's just fucking long-winded. But Brian, he's short, he's sweet, good-looking fella. All you ladies out there, you need to go watch Bryanspaceboy Jordan. And all you fellas out there that like fellas, watch some Spaceboy Jordan. We don't discriminate up in here. We love everybody. So it's good to see everyone here tonight. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Bryanspaceboy. He's got a subscriber contest, 100 subscriber contest, and it's going on till this Sunday. It's going to end sometimes this Sunday, which is August 20th. And, you know, I've got the Legends live auction coming up on the 19th, and I didn't want to have like tons of videos after live auction. I wanted to get this video out there because I want some of these people up here, I want that big ass number up there to go sub up Bryanspaceboy Jordan. So please, please, please sub this brother up, man. If all you people here would sub him up, he'd be having a 4,000 contest next month. But I know that's not how YouTube works. A lot of those people, they're not up into subscribing. Or, you know, they ain't all into comic books. Big old shout out to Jeffrey Dean Guthrie in the house, man. What is up? What is up, Dean Guthrie? Jeffrey Dean, man, one of my new subscribers, one of my donators. I mean, his name will be up here, Jeff, that $20. Y'all be like, damn, who donated $20? Well, that's my brother, Jeff. He believes. He's a believer in Jesus Christ. He's a believer in the truth. So great to see Jeff here tonight. Jeff, if you're into comic books, we're celebrating tonight, brother. We're celebrating Bryanspaceboy 227. Want to give a huge shout out. I met this guy through Jose. And I've seen him on a lot of comics and stuff live shows, and I'm talking Gomez Comic Collector. A lot of knowledge. Gomez has got a lot of knowledge. And one of the guys, Vincenzo C., one of the guys who's got some of the best lines you're ever going to see in the comment or on YouTube. Jackie was looking for love in all the wrong places, boy. 227, he remembers. And we have formerly known as No Name. He has found his name, and he will never be the same again because his name is Apollo. It's good to see Apollo. Dean says it's great to be here. Gomez says the comic truth. Jackie was married to Elgin Charles, man. You know, I haven't looked up old Jackie in a long time, but I'm sure she still looks the same. So tonight, I want to show you some stuff here. Bryanspaceboy, here's the rules of Bryanspaceboy's contest. You got to be a subscriber. You got to be over 18 because he don't mess around with no kiddies. He don't mess around with no kids. Ain't no Sandusky or Jared from Subway up in here, man. But I'm so glad everyone's here tonight, man. It's a lot of fun doing these live shows, whether it be one or whether it be 100 that come out to watch the great legend do what he does best, and that's talk to y'all live. Good to see y'all tonight. We got 12 viewers watching right now, and all 12 of you need to go sub up this guy, Bryanspaceboy, Jordan227. Now, currently, I do not have his link in the video description. That was one thing that slipped my mind. But if you want to get a quick glimpse, I'll show you real quick how to find Bryanspaceboy227 directly from the Great Legend Show. Okay, I'm going to bring up my my website right here. All right, let me type it in real quick. I should have had this already pulled up. But a lot of times I forget my older age. But we're going to bring up the tab I want to show you here. All right, so let's go into this thing here, and I want you to check out this. If you go to youtube.com/rdowdy95, The Great Legend Show, I got my page right here, and if you look over here in the right-hand side, you'll see a little section called My Friends. Captain Strange Life, Hippies Collectibles, Howler Mouse, Reaper Tate 728. And right under Reaper Tate, we got Bryanspaceboy 227. And then, of course, we got another Truth Seeker, William Thorg, Rebel Gaming, and my good friend, Dut Rank. So definitely go there. Like I said, though, if you don't want to go to that front page, the youtube.com/rdowdy95, you can click on the link below, and I'll get that link in as soon as possible. ASAP is what they call it. Speaking of ASAP, let's bring back to chat. Half man, half amazing, comic book brother, wrestling brother, gamer. He is here tonight. Half man, half amazing. Also one of the best voices on YouTube as well. Really freaking good to see you here. Mr. Gretzky says, I've been on when I was the only viewer. Yeah, man, me and Gretzky, we shared some intimate moments. Yeah, back in the day, man. Like I said, Gretzky's been with me since around 2011, you know, right when I started doing comic videos on the channel. Before that, in 2009, I started doing more gaming. I started out doing video game commentary. And Gretzky's been with me ever since. So me and Gretzky, we have done live shows where it's just been me and him on here. So Brian wanted to know for his subscriber contest, and he wants to know your 3 favorite books. Now, my 3 favorite books will always constantly change for the most part, but overall, my 3 favorite books, I'm going to show them to you today. I'm not bragging or anything, but these 3 books are currently my top 3 holy grails. Now, I have a ton of holy grails. I've got probably over 100 holy grails that anyone would call a holy grail. I mean, there's a lot of holy grails. I mean, holy grails, the name holy grails gets thrown around a lot. Now, I'm going to do a future video basically on holy grail comics. And I'll show you a bunch of holy grails. But I'm going to show you my top 3 tonight because Bryanspaceboy227 wants to know my top 3 favorite comic books. Okay, so I might as well just show the top 3 holy grails. Like I said, in the future, we're going to have just an all-out holy grail show. All right. So I'm going to show you these. Like I said, these could be anybody's holy grail, okay? I'm going to give you a little deal. They're all 3 of them. Let me put it over here because you can't see my 3 behind the chat, so if I move it over here. My 3 holy grails you're going to see tonight are all graded books. One's a blue label, one's a yellow label, and one's a purple label. Now, Gretzky has seen all of these. Some of you may never have seen these, and if you're here tonight, you're in for a treat. If you've never seen these books, you're in for a treat, okay? So let's roll with it. Oh, yeah. Let me get with the prizes. Oh, now come on, half man. Half man now. Come on. You know, it's like I need to call 1-900 number and say, half man, half amazing. What's the great legend going to show? Well, he's psychic. But I'll let that sink in a little bit. Now, Ryan's going to do some stuff different. He watches a lot of videos because he got his start on YouTube. You know, when you become a member of the YouTube comic book community, you don't necessarily have to make videos. You could just be a viewer, and he's watched a lot of my videos. So if I do win your video, don't give me any Fantastic Four books because I have them all. But we'll talk about it. I'm getting a little tired. Took a muscle relaxer. My back's been killing me. But we're going to persevere. We're going to pursue on the Great Legend show. Great Legend actually is getting a little bit of kind of the way I used to get when I hit that 420. Remember what I'm talking about? Damn, all right. Oh, Popeye. You know, I should have brought that out. I'm still working. One of my books I want to get is the first Popeye comic in the 4-color line. 4-color volume 1. There was a good one, and I'm trying to get that. It's very hard to find. I'm going to go ahead and show you. First book. Do you have any Universal monster comics? I don't have the comics, but I got the figures right there. And this is one of my highest videos. This is Claude Rains' Invisible Man, 1930. What year was it? 1933. I love Universal Pictures monster movies. And I'm going to have to look up some of those. You know, I've got a lot of books. You know, eventually I want to get these hung up. But that's a different video for a different day, actually. I was thinking, should I take these out of the package? I don't have all of the whole collection of those, but I just have my favorites. Do you have any Universal Monster comics? Man, Jam Freak Show. I'm so glad you're Jam Freak Show. Are you a subscriber? Have you subscribed yet? I think you have subscribed. You know what? Everybody gets love on the Great Legend Show. Everybody's going to get love on the Great Legend Show. Well, my stuff don't go down. I only got recent events, but I'm glad everyone's here tonight. My mind is thousands difference of places. Chinese Superman. Hey, Gomez, what are you getting on Wednesday Legend? You're going to get to see my Wednesday haul after I get a big boy book. I'm getting a big boy book in the mail. I don't remember what's coming out this Wednesday, but I will let you know pretty soon. Brian, but this is all about Bryanspaceboy tonight. Yeah, I don't have that list down. I don't have my little list down, but I know I've got 8 comic books coming in. I think Clue issue number 3 is one of them, I believe. And maybe some, and there's got to be a Green Lanterns or a Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern book. We're going to go ahead and move right along. Like I said, y'all are awesome, man. I mean, whenever I do, and I'm pretty soon, I talked to Mr. Gretzky about this, I'm pretty soon going to be moving more toward a schedule of videos. But Gomez, you're going to like these. One of these days, I may guest star with you and Jose on the Comics and Stuff live show on his is on Monday, though, and I usually work Monday night, which I think was tonight. Damn. I don't even know what day it is. All right, first book. And this is a holy grail. This book is very rare. There's only 11 of these books in the CGC census. This is how rare this book is. I got this book on a live auction. None of this Facebook or Legends Live Auction or any of that. It came from Sellersville Auction House, and they did an eBay live auction, which was very cool. And I got this book. I'm not going to tell you what I got the big boy books for, but I got this book for $100. 11 on the CGC census. Now, this is a CBCS book. CBCS does not have a census yet. I don't know when they're going to get their heads out their ass and get this book. This book is from 1949. The Three Stooges, #1. To cut this monitor off over here. That'll cut some of the glare down. Three Stooges, #1. From 1949. Jubilee Publishing. Norman Moore on the cover. The stories are by Norman Moore. Interior art is by a man named Joe Kubert from Hawkman and Sergeant Rock fame. GI Combat. My dad loved those books in the 50s. The very first Three Stooges comic ever released. Only 11 of these on the CGC census. This is CBCS. I'm eager to find out when CBCS releases their census, how many of these are there, and could this be the only one on the CBCS census? Big old shout out to another guy you just saw. You just saw this guy, Hippie's Collectibles, one of my main friends. Me and Hippie, back in the day, we were part of the comic book podcast, comic book roundtable. Hippie's Collectibles. Check him out. Easy way to find him. Go to youtube.com/rdowdy95 and click on his name. You'll be glad you did. Three Stooges right there, though. #1. Blue Label 4.0. This is a book, ever since I read the Three Stooges scrapbook when I was a kid. Went to the old school Richardson, Texas Public Library on Arapahoe Road. Big shout out. I used to love checking out Three Stooges scrapbook. And when I love the Three Stooges. I love the history. I've read many a biography on the Three Stooges. One of the greatest comic teams of all time, comedic teams of all time, along with Laurel and Hardy is Laurel and Hardy's my other top team. I love the vaudeville. I love the old school. And that's where they came from. Three Stooges, #1. Grade was never an issue with this. Like I said, 11 on that CGC census. Very scarce book, and it's also an infinity cover. See how they're selling the Three Stooges comic I'm looking at right here. You can kind of just keep looking through the infinity. You know, it's like when we go old school and we do this, when we do this right here, it's infinity and beyond. You know, it just keeps on going, you know. It just keeps going. A very cool effect, you know. Right there. I want to give a big shout out to Stephen Oates, who is also here with us tonight on the Great Legend Show, celebrating Bryanspaceboy 227, because Bryanspaceboy Jordan was the old school name, and we're here talking about the new school. Okay? Get back on my screen here. So this is one of my holy grails right here. One of my top 3 holy grails. That's Three Stooges 4.0. Vincenzo C. says he's got that Three Stooges scrapbook at his library. I need to get my own copy of it. I know they've re-released an updated version of it in paperback. I want to get that book. Pretty sure I don't have a copy of it. I've got a really good Laurel and Hardy book in my dad's Hot Springs Village cabin in Hot Springs Village. I need to snag that next time I'm up there and grab that. That's a beautiful hardback that goes over their history together, biographies, and all of their episodes and movies that they worked on. But Yeah, 4.0 that shakes the ground a little. Well, you know, the thing is, it's like I said, very rare book. I mean, the one I'm actually looking for in my 2017 list is issue number 2, because this Jubilee Publishing only had 2. And it's issue 2, Curly's in a gorilla suit. Looking high and low for that one. Next up, I want to give a big shout out to this next book. You know, I've got the complete collection of Fantastic Four. My all-time favorite Marvel comic of all time, if that makes any sense. Man, I'm really getting, you know, that's the thing. I told Reaper Tate 728 that sometimes these videos, they'll take it out of you. You know, if you, especially if you're not in the most healthy condition, they'll take it out of you. I'm sure y'all have all done videos under the influence. I know I have. But woo, muscle relaxers will really do it to you. Having muscle spasms back, and you know, you asked me to rap a beat, man. I couldn't do that to stand on my own 2 feet. Next book is a issue number 1 of my complete collection. I'm talking Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four number 1. The book that started the Marvel age is here live, signed by Stan Lee. The signature is coming out of the mouth of the beast. Beautiful book. Hard to see the signature, but I love it, man. I really love where he placed the signature coming out of the mouth. It's a beautiful signature, and it's a Fantastic Four number 1 5.5. I got this from a husband and wife seller, and I got it as a blue label, and I sent it into a Desert Wind Comics. I didn't meet Stan Lee, but I sent it into Desert Wind Comics, and they got, you know, Stan Lee to sign it at one of their cons out there. And it's a beautiful book. It's Ben Grimm's my favorite Marvel character of all time, and I love this book, and it's really good. It's a beautiful book, and it's Stan the Man Lee, Fantastic Four number 1. It does have great color. It's wow, it's off white to white. You know, a funny thing about my comics and things, we got a lot of, you know, I have Legends Live Auction on Saturday night. Bryanspaceboy knows this. Mr. Gretzky knows this. Maybe not so much, because they're just happy with their collections. Some people always ask me questions. People that sell a lot of books, they'll ask me, you've got Fantastic Four number 4. What grade do you have? Or you've got Silver Surfer's first appearance. What grade do you have? You've got this book. What grade do you have? And you know what? Like, I have so many books that I don't remember what the grades are, you know, per se. I'm just happy to have the book in my collection. And my buddy Reaper Tate, I don't think he's here with us tonight, but Reaper Tate is one of those guys that has a lot of great books, and a lot of them are, you know, they're not the highest grade. They may not be mid-grade, but they may be low grade. And the thing about it is, when you have like Braille books like this, be happy with what you got, you know. Be happy with what you got. You know, and I always copy Hippie, but Hippie is like a man of so much knowledge. I mean, because hell, he's lived many okay, I'm gonna try to go Edward Van Sloan here, okay? All right, hold on real quick. I'm doing this for Hippie, because it's not, you know, I'm called the Great Legend, and the Great Legend name came from video game epic, awesome video game player, where I may have not been like the greatest video game player of all time, but whenever you were watching the Great Legend on Gears of War, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4, GTA 5, it's not the best, but you're going to get entertained by some miraculous insanity, 5 kills in a row, you're the last guy left on Gears of War, and all your teammates are dead, but all of the cameras, all your teammates' cameras are on you. Red Dead, very hard mode, co-op mission, multiplayer co-op. All your teammates are dead. Your 3 posse members are dead. You storm that fucking thing on very hard mode, and you do it all by yourself. You do it. The unthinkable. That's the thing on the Great Lead Show. You do the unthinkable, and you can do it because you have to believe you can do it. If you don't believe you can do something, if you don't believe you can get these kind of books, you don't believe you can find stuff like this. If you don't believe that you can do it, if you don't have that belief system in yourself, well, you're fucking never going to do it. You're never going to do it because, you always say, don't listen to the people that doubt you. But if you doubt yourself, then you're never going to be the person you want to be in life. Okay? Now, Bryanspaceboy, this is supposed to be a contest video, not a truth video, but all right, let's get back to Hippie's collectibles here. God, he must be on the bottom. I've gone through Elsa Lancaster, Lon Chaney Sr., Claude Rains, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Boris Karloff. Really, Boris? Well, there he is right there. We're going to get to him. Hold on. Almost here. My God, he must be on the bottom. There's that guy. I found him, though. Little dusty. These were in the garage for a while. All right, before I show him to you, put him right. You go ahead and put. And you're wondering, what the hell is he doing? Okay, this one's for Hippie. All right. The thing about comics, and I've always said this before. Oh, yeah, yes, you're correct. Be thankful for the books you have, not keeping with the Jones in comics. Stephen Oates, I'm so glad you've been watching other comic book videos because that is important. Don't keep up with the Joneses. And one of my truth videos I might do, I don't know if I'll do a comic book truth video or not, but we might. This is better than corn, better than Corn on the Cob. Okay, I thought I was reading Children of the Corn. Okay, so Hippie always says, and he said this ever since I've started watching him back in 2010, 2011, he says, collect what you like, love what you collect. Okay? And that is a very smart thing to go by. This was the one where you actually had to, I think, send away for it, or very limited. They rushed this so quick. It comes with a cape, but it didn't come with the black thread to tie his cape. So, I don't know where my black thread is, but I can always get a spool of thread. This is the very hard to find Bela Lugosi figure right here. It's Sideshow Toy. You know, the people that make Sideshow statues. I got a big 1/6 scale Sideshow Deluxe thing, but Sideshow Toy here. And I'm gonna try to do Bella right and Hippie right at the same time. Bela Lugosi talks to Van Helsing, Edward von Sloan. and he goes, and I don't know, I want to keep these boxed up, but damn, wouldn't they look nice in a glass case? I got a big shout out goes to Count Von Strange the Fourth. Count, it's great to see you, sir. He's a big horror fan. I'm gonna try to get this Rat Hippie just for you. And Brian, this we're gonna get to Brian. He goes like this. For a man that has only lived one lifetime, you're a very smart man, Van Helsing. Freaking classic. Let me do it again. I don't know. I haven't done a Bella thing in a while. For one who has only lived one lifetime, you're a very wise man, Van Helsing. Freaking a whole that you want to talk comic books. I'm actually going to put him under Elsa Lancaster, the Bride. You want to talk Holy Grail comics? Let's talk Holy Grail movies. 1931, Carl Lumley's Dracula is one of them. So again, for those just chiming in, that's my second book, Fantastic Four #1, signed by Stan the Man Lee, right there. And next up, and that's a Holy Grail. That's one of my Holy Grails. So you got a Golden Age Holy Grail and a Silver Age Holy Grail. And we're going to finish it off with another Golden Age Holy Grail. Because Brian is this thing. I think one of my old white hairs was coming through my beanie. I need to get some better beanies, you know. I got these from China. They kind of suck. I really like the American beanies better. I bought two that I really liked, and I lost them. These are these tight-fitting ones. But let's go to the last book I want to show. It's another Holy Grail. This time it's a purple label. A lot of you have seen it before. But it's Wiz Comics #2. Now you ask, well, where's Wiz Comics #1? Well, they had one. It was an Ashcan edition, but it wasn't called Wiz Comics 1. It was called Flash Comics 1. And then they had another one called Thrill Comics 1. And Marvel beat them to the punch on Flash Comics 1. And it was Captain Thunder, I think was the name. I don't remember what the name was, but this is the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Gangway for Captain Marvel. This is a Holy Grail. I mean, I got this book from Chris Schwartz. Look him up in the back of the Overstreet Grading Guide. He's one of the Overstreet price advisors. He was getting into collecting original art, and you know, he quizzed me. He wanted this to come to a good home, and I said, brother, I've been looking. I don't think I would ever own this in my lifetime. You know, I've only got one lifetime here on earth, and my everlasting life that I spend with Jesus Christ when I get to heaven, I don't know if they're going to have comic books up there. So on the plane of existence I'm on now on this earth, I'm glad to have this book, because this is like Bela Lugosi said to Van Helsing, for one that has only lived one lifetime, great legend. I didn't think you would ever get Wiz Comics #2. But here it is. It's a restored grade. But, you know, I'm happy to have this book in my collection. He's one of my favorite characters. Currently, he's my most favorite DC hero. And like I said, back in the day, this book was outselling Captain America comics. This was outselling Detective and Batman. This was outselling Action Comics, because little kids could they damn, you know, the Legend's a loss for words, and yet Legend usually spills words off his tip of his tongue. Things resonated more with children because Captain Marvel, you got to remember, this was Billy Batson in the world's mightiest mortal type of a body here. So they liked this comic here because at heart, this guy was just a kid, you know. It's 7.5. I don't want to go over all the stuff, but it was, well, I guess I will, because this is all about Bryanspaceboy. That's right. Bryanspaceboy called it. Did they have a black and white cover one? Yeah, you know, Thrill Comics #1 and Flash Comics #1 by Fawcett Publications, they were both ash can editions, and they were in black and white. And the cover was different, too. I mean, you could look it up. I mean, it's a beautiful book. I don't know if well, you know what? I could get that book, but I just don't want to drop the 100,000 on it. What's the point, honestly? I mean, actually, it may even be higher than that now. I mean, I just don't know why I would buy a book for 100,000. I don't really, you know, I don't know. But this thing was way cheaper than 100,000, and it's a great book. It was it's an apparent extensive professional restoration job. And you can tell it's professional. Look at that thing. It's freaking immaculate. Beautiful. Restoration includes color touch, pieces added, the spine splits sealed, cleaned and reinforced, and all 3 edges were trimmed. Just beautiful book. Stunning book. Beautiful. I can't say anything much more than that, you know. It's just beautiful. I'm let's just say I'm blessed to have this in my collection. You know, I'm blessed to have everything I have in life. You know, there's times, you know, when you look, and I'll get more into this during my Holy Grail video, but you know, life is gonna always deal you a shitty hand most of the time. You know, life will always deal you a like shitty hand, and the thing about it is, you have to learn how you're gonna have to learn how to play with that shitty hand for a while. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you play a game of 5-card draw or 7-card stud or 7-card draw or poker or whatever you're doing, Munchkin, Go Fish, Old Maid, you're always going to get dealt a shitty hand in life. And the key is how you play that shitty hand, you know. Will you play it and are you just going to fold? Are you going to fold that hand? Some of you will fold that hand, you know. But the folks that don't fold are the people that are bold. The folks that don't fold is how you need to mold your own life to make it a better life, to make it better for yourself. It's all about never give up. You know, it may sound like a cliche that John Cena says every Monday or Tuesday night on Raw or SmackDown, but if you can truly believe in yourself, if you truly believe in the power that you can bestow on others through, you know, YouTube, or just going out in life and like being a better person, being that better person, whether it be as simple as holding the door open or, you know, linking your arm with someone that can't see, or linking an arm with a grandma, you know, to help them cross the street, you know, doing them little things. If you can do stuff like that, you know, just without blinking your eyes, just being that better person that you know you can be down in your heart, down in your soul, then, I mean, you're going to make things better. And you know, let me tell you, let me revert all this back to pretty much everyone in this chat room right now. I can go all day, every single one of these people that are watching this video right now. I'm blessed to have these people, that God has given me these people in my life. And I know some of you ain't Christians, and I know some of you may get put out by me getting all godly and all biblical, but I just see things different now. I don't know if it's because I'm 40 or if that stupid Mandela effect and, looking at things that Satan is trying to do out in the world, whether it, be, making, Trump look bad or, just a bunch of damn Satan, I don't want to get into my political beliefs or anything, but, it's just, you can look at how media treats the president and, and I don't want to stick up for Trump because I didn't vote for that asshole. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying Hillary ain't no saint. I think, what are we up to? About 55 or 56 people that have committed suicide or died mysteriously under the Clintons. But no, I don't mean to get all political, but the world's kind of in a bad place right now. And, it's just kind of a shitty place to be in, And I want to be that shining light, the light that the Lord Jesus Christ has bestowed on me through the power of the Holy Spirit in my soul. I want to be that person that gives back to YouTube, not necessarily through things like acts of kindness or anything of that nature, but I want to be a person that can kind of like, look back on life and say, you know what, I think I did all right. I think I did all right. And when I watch Bryanspaceboy and when I talk to Bryanspaceboy over Xbox when we were gaming or whatever, I get that vibe off of Bryanspaceboy that he's one of those people. He's one of those brothers. And, I think not a lot of people have experienced Bryanspaceboy yet, because a lot of them, okay, he's only 100 subs, but here's the cool thing. And here's the thing I've noticed. And I'm not going to lie to you, back in the day, it was awesome to get all these subs and everything. And I got some cheap pops. And, I made a lot of videos. Mr. Gretzky said something about the Skylanders. I've been to the Promised Land and the Plateau on YouTube. And I know 4,000 ain't jack shit. But, it meant something to me, doing all the subscriber stuff. And so when anyone, I used to kind of think this, I was like, oh, here we go again. Another damn subscriber contest video. But you know what? I think it's cool because it means something to you. And you have worked hard. People have worked hard doing the whole YouTube thing, showing their passion, showing their love for comics. It's just not shit like, oh, I'm glad to have this in my collection. Oh, man, this is a good book here. Yeah, these three fuckers. No, but the best YouTube channels out there are the YouTube channels that talk about their passion. It's not keeping up with the Joneses or showing how much shit you got, because in the King James Version, now they call it stuff, which, in my original reality, pre-Mandela effect, it was called possessions. All that stuff is on the floor, it's all possessions. But the best part about all of the possessions is your life history, your life story, how you came in contact with these possessions, and the lifelong love of reading and art appreciation. You learn that in humanities, but if you can appreciate these things that you've got, go ahead and tell us why. Tell us how. Tell us that story that brought you to the dance in the first place. And that's something really cool about Bryanspaceboy, that through getting to know him, I've gotten to learn that, like I said before, he watched YouTube videos first. He's watched all those great people, and I'm lucky enough to be one of them. And now he has the courage to make his own videos. Kind of like this guy out there, some small channel named Alex the Comic Quarter. He passed 100 or 1,000 subs. He started watching people first before he started making videos. And, when I hear that, yeah, I used to watch, Captain Strange Live, Hibby's Collectibles, Great Legend Show. I used to watch those channels, and now I'm making my own channels. That right there is way better than, a stupid number up here, you know, because I made a difference in that person's life by making videos in the first place. And Bryanspaceboy Jordan, if you're still with me, and I think you are, if you're with me right now, you're doing work. You know, whatever you choose for your future on YouTube, whether it just be to continue to show comics, you're touching someone's life, because when they tune in to watch Bryanspaceboy 227, they're getting their Bryan fix, man. They're getting you, they're getting your knowledge, they're getting your truth. So that's something like, don't think of it as a number. Never think of it as a number of subscribers or anything. Think about it as reaching the other person on the other side of the screen, and know that you have the ability to make the difference in someone else's life, like Captain Strangelove Hans did to me. Hippie's Collectibles did that to me. He made a difference in my life because I learned so much through these gentlemen. Howler Mouse is another one. Howler Mouse is, you want truth and like comics and truth and mix, he'll give it to you. Reapertate 728 is one of those guys that's kind of coming out of his shell, where not only is he just showing you all these cool books, but he's giving you a lot of helpful tips. ETA Nick, Cougar Comics, Mike, Comic Crypt to Castle Hills, Costin Bromstar. A lot of these men that I watch here on YouTube, the reason I watch them is because they have so much knowledge, you know, and it's not just knowledge about comic books and things of that nature, but you get their life lessons. And I mean, I think a lot of us YouTubers take that for granted. Damn, this is a long video, Brian. I hope you like this. It's fucking like an hour long, I think. Anyway, I mean, like, I'm rambling on and on. I want to give a big shout out to Seeking Near Mint Comics. I want to give a big shout out to Alex the Comic Hoarder, part of the Seeking Near Mint crew. Kelly Weir and that. Oh, Kelly, I shouldn't have gave your last name. I'm sorry. Jason Smith is finally here. There's a fly in here. Beelzebub, screw you. Count Von Strange, big fan of Alien and everything. And 19 watching right now. I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, y'all are amazing, and we had 22 viewers at the get-go, but just kind of remember that any of you out there, you know, like if you get discouraged, you know, well, damn, I only got 25 subscribers. I mean, just kind of keep making videos, but the best thing about your videos is just learning things from you. And Seeking Near Mint, Master X, Splinter, and Freedy's 562. And Doom 143, Alex, they have some great videos, and like they're great topic videos. And my boy, I didn't give him a shout out yet. I want to give a shout out to Trinity Comics, Jeremy, one of my best friends in the comic book community as well. And there was a question. The chat's really going quick. Dean, yeah, what would you recommend? Final Fantasy XV or something else for open world? I don't have a PlayStation, but those Final Fantasy games are supposed to be really good. I know Maverick Freelance likes Final Fantasy and Rebel Gaming likes Final Fantasy. My favorite open world games, since I'm an Xbox guy, I like Elder Scrolls games. Those are my favorite. Or those Fallout games. I haven't started playing the Fallouts, but I really like them. Hippie, another one. Hippie says, I'm getting slower with the vids, but hope to do more. But here's the thing, you know, Hippie, even watching your stuff on the rewind, I learned so much that way, you know. Another big name, he doesn't do a lot of videos anymore, but is 1Z Angelique, my good friend Gare, who's on Facebook.com, who does, and I encourage Trinity, Whodat Comics and Movies, Matthews Movies. If you're a big fan of movies, go on Facebook and join Magic Movie Mesmerize Me. Magic Movie Mesmerize Me on Facebook. It's 1Z Angelique's Facebook group. And so much knowledge about movies and the history of film on there. But again, for all y'all late bloomers, let me run by these real quick. A video description is going to be down below. Like I said, if you can't find that link and you really want to get up on it quick, wait, oh my God. Did somebody call the ice cream man? World premiere after Legends live auction. I did not want to show you that. It should be 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, August 19th, 2017, after Legends live auction. But no, and that's not it either. This is it right here. Sub up all these guys on the My Friends. Sub up everyone in the chat room right now. But Bryanspaceboy's right there. You just click on subscribe. You'll be glad you did. You got to be 18. You got to show your top favorite books. And you have to make a video entry, okay? You got to make a video entry. Let me show you the 5 books I got that I'm showing off. They're all Holy Grail books. Like I said, I got tons of Holy Grails, but these are my top 3 Grails. Three Stooges #1, 1949, Jubilee Publishing, blue label. Yellow label, Fantastic Four, signed by Stan the Man Lee, with the signature coming out of the mouth of the beast, coming out of the ground. And we could talk about the beast that comes out of the ground, the false prophet. He comes out of the ground as well in the future. Be wary. End times, people. Purple label. Wiz Comics #2, and it has #1 in parentheses because, you know, pretty much it's the first issue of Captain Marvel, first appearance of Captain Marvel, first appearance of Savannah, Golden Arrow, Dan Dare, Lance O'Casey, Spy Smasher, and Ibis. So Wiz Comics right here, you get pretty much the first big time book from Fawcett Publications with all their heroes inside that book. So those are my top 3 books. Bryanspaceboy 227. God bless you, brother. Nothing but a lot of love. I swear to you, you're going to get 200 subscribers most likely by September. Just keep doing what you do. Do it with the passion that you have in your heart for the comic books and this comic book community. I'm so proud to call you my friend. You watch a lot of other people's videos. Spend some more time with your lady, though. You're on YouTube too much. I'm on YouTube a lot as well. But I want to wish everyone a great week this week. Check me out on Legends Live Auction this coming Saturday at 9 Central Standard Time. And we're going to go to a 2-minute time limit. If no bids or no interest, we're going to have an item up for 2 minutes. So if no one wants to bid on Jason Smith's like Funkos or Metal Batman, we're going to go ahead and skip Jason Smith and go on to the next person. And we're going to be really giving y'all the best deals here on YouTube. I talked to Jason. He's getting rid of the $5 shipping. He's going to include that in the price now. But and then after that, like I said, we're going to have the world premiere of Did Somebody Call the Ice Cream Man? On August 19th, 2017, after the auction around 11 o'clock. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It is a hilarious video. You are not going to want to miss it. And I'm going to take the rest of this week off until Saturday. Legends Live Auction. That's when I'm coming back. But fans, thank you so much again. Bryanspaceboy 227. Check him out. Sub him up. You'll be glad you did, because the passion comes from the heart, and it's a great place to start. This is the Great Legend, fans, saying peace out. God bless.